Good morning and happy Monday. This is it, our last week of 2025 together. This is our last 5 days of the season 6. And man, we are coming down the home stretch. This is a stressful time for a lot of people. How much you got left to do? It's home stretch week on the Tyler Glen Show, the show about food, fun places, and the mayhem of life. Manitoba's only morning live stream radio show. Well, not radio. Well, it's more of TV and internet and radio, newspaper, all wrapped into one. And we'll try to keep it as fun and light as we potentially can. That was a tough weekend news-wise, hey? Oh, my God. Hollywood shocked in the death of Rob Reiner. You're probably saying to yourself, who's Rob Reiner? I don't know who that guy is. Hollywood legend, really, mainly behind the camera. We'll take a look at the latest in that. It could be a real nasty situation involving a potential, possibly a family member that harmed the couple. Robin and his wife discovered Sunday afternoon in their LA home. We've got the latest coming up. Also, the latest on the flooding in Winnipeg. Did you see that? Holy cow, millions of gallons of water going onto Main Street, Winnipeg on Friday afternoon. Since the last time we were together, I am watching this going, wait a second, it's minus 50 outside. What is going to happen to this lake as soon as they can get the water shut off? Well, it all freezes in giant chunks. So this morning, an update. How do they clean that stuff up? And what the hell happened there? Holy cow, that was some pretty dramatic video that we saw. Domestic travel is always number one in Canada. That means that, we like to travel at home. It is the top destination. Number two, always the USA, not as of today. We've got the winter travel plans for 2026, and the number two country has been bumped. USA is now bumped, still in the top 5, down a ways. We'll tell you who the new number 2 is. Maybe you've got something planned to go to the new number 2 coming up on the show today. Also, we've got some feel-good stories, including a Christmas miracle, a puppy. Have you ever lost your dog and then had it found again? We're going to show you the story of a woman who lost her dog 5 years ago. And just days ago, she was reunited with that dog who was found 2,000 miles away. How is that even possible? That a dog can get that far away and then be reunited with its owner. But it's awesome. And the second feel-good story we've got is of a crossing guard in Minnesota who gets ambushed by a bunch of kids who think that this guy deserves a big kudos at Christmas time. because he's one of those guys that's always so positive in the morning. His kids are walking across the sidewalk. He's always looking out for him. It's a great story. So we've got some good stuff coming up, okay? Because it was kind of a heavy news weekend. In Australia, our thoughts are with the folks in Australia and at Brown University as well. A couple of terrible incidents there. And so obviously our thoughts are with both of those communities this morning. And we will keep things light and fun as much as possible because it's stressful enough. We're coming down the home stretch here. Our roads are looking good. And to add to the stress, oh my God, you should see this weather. If I could describe the week of weather in one word, it would be this: chaos. Yeah, just what we need, right? You think to yourself, well, we're going to have some nice temperatures. Oh, but then we get all four seasons again in 1 week. So here's how it rolls, okay? So today is going to be a normal day, mix of sun and cloud, high -6. Winds pick up. We get gusty winds, 50, 80 kilometers an hour. That's because there's warm air coming up from the south. It's going to give us that high of +2 on Tuesday, and it's going to want to rain on Tuesday. How lovely. So it will start with warm winds turning to rain, then sleet, then snow. Wednesday, waking up to a bunch of snow, which could continue into Wednesday night. Then Thursday into a deep freeze before a second round of snow hits us Thursday night to take us across the finish line and into our season finale, and this finale on the 2025 school year Friday, with some light snow and -9. What a week. What a week. So there's your weather. It's going to be chaos. Let's get into yesterday's good thing. Yes, or not yesterday's good thing. Welcome aboard. There's your weather. There's your roads. Let's see who we've got to welcome aboard in various platforms, including Facebook, TikTok, Twitch, and YouTube and X. We're all over the place. We moved to Twitch exclusively for hour 2 of the show. It's for VIPs only. You can lurk in at tylerglenshow.com, meaning that you can watch and listen to the show. Can't comment, though. But if you're one of those folks that just like to listen to the show, and it's a lovely lady on the weekend who listens each morning but does not watch the video portion of the show. That is okay. I know you're getting ready for work, getting those girls ready to go for school. It's great to have you along. Good morning. Good morning to all our lurkers. Good morning, lurkers first. We love our lurkers. We love our lurkers. Let's see who we've got to say good morning to in chat, who are giving us a wave, giving us a hello. Patricia Ann is here this morning. First one in on Twitch this morning. I saw you had a busy weekend. I've got questions for you. I've got some questions. We'll get to that in yesterday's good thing, because you had a great weekend. Not without controversy. I want the details on your whole hotel fiasco, if you can boil it down into 1 or 2 sentences in chat. Road Reverend's here too, and Pebbles, first 3 in this morning on Twitch. We've got Kathy and Janice and Mark in on TikTok, the first 3 in this morning. Good morning, you guys. Thanks for hanging out with us for the start of the show. We've got 4 days, 8 hours, and 25 minutes until the break. 4 days, 8 hours, 25 minutes. Home stretch, kiddos, home stretch. Polar Bear is here too on Twitch. Richard's over on Facebook, and Janine is too. Good morning, Janine. And says to everybody, you have a great week. You too. Barbara's over on TikTok. Good morning, Barbara. And Candy and Steven. Good morning to you guys over on TikTok. Good morning to Tracy on Twitch. Good morning to Jody, who is on Facebook. Zumba Bernice is here on Twitch, and so is KDD4380. Carl is over on TikTok along with Troy. Good morning, Troy. And Michelle. Hi, Michelle. Good morning. Hope you had a nice weekend. We'll do yesterday's good thing coming up. We'd like to start with some positivity, so just type in GT and then dash and then let us know what you had going on over the weekend. That was awesome. We need good thing this morning. Man, what a crappy news weekend. Oh, my gosh. It was a tough one. KDD, good morning, and Nick and Cindy all on Twitch this morning. Angela's over on Facebook. Good morning, Angela. Quentin's here on Twitch as well, and Tracy Roger. Road Reverend saying Rob Reiner and his wife were found dead in their home. Yes, we'll have the latest coming up. Rob Reiner, again, is a famous director. Those under the age of 50 don't know who he is. Rob Reiner is he was really big behind the camera. We'll talk a little bit more about that as the morning rolls on. Briefly, because we want to keep it light and happy. Light and happy and fun, because there's already too much stress in our lives. Because it's the final week before the break. Molly's here. Good morning, Molly. Good morning, Eric over on TikTok, and Dan is here too. Hi, Dan. Hi, Loretta on Facebook, and Molly. And Nick's throwing up the link for our show on Twitch for those that want to come and lurk a little bit later. Lurking later. Hey, Heather's back on Facebook. Hi, Heather. Nick says nothing is going to be done this week. This is correct. This is a mail-it-in week, especially for the kids at school. Lots of crafts, lots of songs. Here's a question, though. Is there Christmas concerts anymore? Because I'm thinking to myself as I'm getting ready for the show today, I'm thinking, can we even talk Christmas concerts? Are those even a thing anymore? Do you remember Christmas concerts? I think I was Joseph one time, had the towel. Had the towel, easiest costume in the world. House coat and a towel on your head. And you needed a cane. And so you stood there and you stood beside Mary. That's all you had to do. You didn't even get any lines. It was great. You just stood there and looked proud. I'm a proud papa, but really I'm not, because this is God's child. But I look good in my costume. This is my dad's robe and a towel that my mom had to wash at the last minute because it was laundry day, and I am standing here looking as proud as a Joseph as I can. Do we do Christmas concerts? I hope we do. We need to cultivate the next Joseph. Rhonda's here. Good morning, Rhonda on Facebook. Hope you had a nice weekend. Have a great week this week. Adam, same with you, pal, both on Facebook. And Michael's back on Facebook, too. Good morning from Killarney, Manitoba. Top of the morning to you. We'll do it even in a little bit of an Irish accent. Oh, sucking diesel. Are you sucking diesel this morning, Michael, down in Killarney? That's what the Irish say. Oh, you got it all firing on all four cylinders, boy, if you're sucking diesel. Tina's on TikTok, and so is Brian. Good morning, you guys. Welcome. Richard says it was a shock about Rob Reiner. Okay, well, it's... Well, he was 78 years old, but there's some stuff behind the scenes that could be quite ugly. Foul play is suspected, but this could be a real. What do you call those? Dateline NBC murder mysteries of the week. We'll check out the latest coming up after we get to yesterday's good thing. Special good morning to my friends Randy and Michelle over at Headley's Health Hut. Headley's Health Hut is the place that you're going to want to put in your phone. 1314 Richmond Avenue. Sniffles, coughs, colds. You know what? It is the season. Fa la 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 la. We're doing all these Christmas parties, shaking hands, getting a little bit of a sore throat. Oh, you know what you do? Just do this. Go over to Headley's Health Hut. Tell Randy and Michelle, I need to prepare for the holidays. I don't want to be sick. Maybe you're going to be working through the holidays and you can't afford to be down. They have got so many amazing supplements and vitamins to help battle colds, and even if you do get a little bit of a sore throat or a little bit of a cough, they can make sure that the recovery time is sped up, okay? See what they've got to offer at Headley's Health Hut at 1314 Richmond Avenue. They are your cold and flu remedy headquarters in Brandon. Doing it the natural way, okay? What are those bright things on my shirt? Bright things? Well, I'm glad you mentioned my shirt. The Minnesota Vikings beat the Dallas Cowboys last night. I got to wait for the good thing. I'm getting ahead of myself. Hang on. I have ADD. What? I'm easily distracted. You know that. Whoa. Hang on. Okay. We've got a contest starting today. It's our last contest of the year. We're going to send you to Skydancer January the 2nd. It's if you like classic rock, and trust me, these guys do an amazing job. This is going to be a fun show to kick off the new year. First concert of 2026. Basically, I think it's the first concert anywhere because it's January the 2nd. And what we'll do is on our social media channels, we'll ask you, what was the first concert you ever paid for with your own money? You saved up, you went to the very first concert that you ever paid for with your own money. And we will randomly draw for our ticket winners on Friday to see Creedence Revived coming to Skydancer on January the 2nd. And again, get ready for a night of CCR, Fortunate Son, Proud Mary, Bad Moon Rising, all done live. January the 2nd. If you love classic rock and big sing-alongs, this is going to be a fun show. Again, January 2nd, check out SkydancerCasino.com. You can check them out on their social media channels. And again, be watching for that post so you can be a winner a little later today. Sometime this week, we'll do the draw on Friday. And finally, Murray Chevrolet Cadillac Buick GMC Certified Service Express. Get a Christmas oil change done so your vehicle is going to be in tip-top shape for the holidays, okay? Ready to rock and roll. They'll check your tires, make sure your filter while you wait, make sure that everything is looked after so you've got worry-free driving through the holiday season. Because Lord knows you're going to have enough to worry about on the roads. You don't need any kind of mechanical issues. But if anything's bothering you, any check engine lights you need to have taken a look at, see our friends at Murray Chevrolet Cadillac Buick GMC Certified Service Express at 1500 Richmond Avenue in Brandon. Okay, yesterday's good thing. Let's do it. Yesterday's good thing. What'd you have going on yesterday? That was awesome. We would like to hear about it. Yesterday's good thing. Yesterday's good thing. Pebble says, I had some meatballs and had a relaxing, freezing weekend. Whenever there is food, whenever there is balls, you gotta, whether it be rum balls or meatballs, it is the season of balls. It's the season of balls. And these look delicious. I like how you put them on the rack like that so that the fat can drip. Ooh, homemade meatballs. Well done. Yeah, that's a good way to do it. We had pasta weekend where we just kind of sat in and ate a bunch of pasta and watched a couple of I watched Home Alone. And I watched a little bit of Christmas Vacation. First time I checked out Christmas Vacation this season. A little late for me because it's the 15th. This will make you feel good. The two moms in Christmas Vacation were both in their 50s at the time of filming. The moms, Clark's mom. And yeah, isn't that nice? Yeah, they were both in their 50s. How lovely is that? Beverly D'Angelo's mom in the movie and Clark's mom, both in their 50s. Pebbles wants to know what the bright white things are on my shirt. They're numbers. They're not. I'm wearing my Vikings jersey because they beat the Dallas Cowboys last night, and but they didn't make the playoffs because Chicago won. So it's my last time that this season that I get to wear my Minnesota Vikings jersey. Number 28, Adrian Peterson. Who's nefarious now. I think he's a criminal now. He's had a lot of DUIs. I got to rethink my jersey choices here, but it's wearing out. You can see that's why the numbers aren't all. It's all about this right here, Vikings. And apologies to Dallas Cowboy fans this morning because you'll be licking your wounds. I know. Well. But and Kansas City, they didn't make the playoffs, which is a huge story this morning. Wow. No playoffs for the Kansas City Chiefs. So, yeah, it was an eventful football day yesterday. At least we had a win, but no playoffs are in my future. So it's the last time that I get to wear my Vikings jersey this year. I'll probably wear it through the Christmas break just because. Nick says his GT, they went to Beer Choir at Section 6, and he auditioned for 12th Night. Should find out later this week if he gets it. That is fantastic. Keep us posted. As always, we like to keep track of your theater shenanigans. Apparently at the Garrick Hotel this weekend in Winnipeg, there was they had their big Santa night, and this is always good for some viral video. The Garrick Hotel in Winnipeg, every Christmas they get together for one night, have a big party, and everyone dresses like Santa Claus. This is such a great idea for a promo. Like, seriously easy to execute. Tell everybody show up and wear something Santa Claus. And it was funny because I had some folks sending me some pictures going, Tyler, do you know what's going on in Winnipeg? There's an awful lot of Santas walking around downtown. I'm like, well, it is Christmas. And maybe, some folks are working at the mall. And this is just, it is weird. But that's because there was a Santa party. SantaCon Winnipeg, it's called. And there's a Grinch in the mix. I can see him bouncing around in there. So that went over the weekend. And what else happened over the weekend? What else was going on? Cindy says, went to my hubby's Christmas party, and they took a delightful little Christmas picture. Look at how adorable they are. The Grinch dashing through the no. Dashing through the no. What does that mean? Dashing through the no. Well, those are nice shirts, though. Very nice. Cute little couple there. Still dating after all these years. Got the shopping and baking done, says Katie, 4380. Now we just got to wrap everything and clean the house. Clean the house, clean the house. It's the week to clean the house. Get it all ready to go right now. It is that time. It's time to clean it up. Time to put the finishing touches on the year for a lot of folks. And teachers, oh boy, I some teachers in my life, they're counting down the sleeps. And parents are like, oh my God, I'm not ready. It's just 4 days to go. You like that game, Hey Tracy? Yeah, it's too bad we didn't make the playoffs. Oh well. There's always next year. My teams never make the championship. And people say to me, well, weren't you cheering for the Blue Jays? Weren't you? No, I'm not really a Blue Jays fan. I was a bandwagon jumper. I'm a Twins fan. I've been to more Twins games. I've never been to a Jays game. I've only been to Toronto once in my life. So no, I can't claim to be a fan of the Jays like a lot of my buddies are. They cheer for them all the time. My team never wins. So I'm just giving up on sports. Should just give up. My Mahomes, Wendy Warwick Pohl says, my Mahomes, I'm sorry he got injured. He'll be okay, though. He's got so much money. He'll be able to afford, like, the greatest doctors. He'll be okay. He'll be okay. And since there's no playoffs, they'll, rest him up. Next season will be better. Heather's GT played some cornhole. Yeah, I love cornhole. And our league brought potluck dinner. I have something for the show. I don't know if we'll get to it today, but the most rejected and passed over potluck dishes. This is a good little bit of information. I had to grab it. I'm like, I got to tell the Sunseekers not to bring this stuff. The most passed over potluck dishes. And I thought to myself, ooh, have I ever brought any of these? Is my green bean casserole in it? My world famous green bean casserole? It was not. Polar Bear says GT had some really good chicken burger over the weekend. Well, there you go. Was it homemade? I don't know. You be the judge. I don't know. Did you make it to Chick-fil-A by chance, or did you make this at home? I can't even tell. That's how good this is. I can't tell. Wow, it's phenomenal. Phenomenal. Okay, I don't appreciate that go Bears thing, Janine. Go Bears. Go Bears. Go Bears. You're gonna make me cry, aren't you, Janine? You like to hear me cry. Vikings can't do shit. Oh, we suck. We need a quarterback so bad. Okay. I'm going to play football in Minnesota next year. I'm going to throw the ball. 52-year-old fat guy. I can do it. Wendy says, GT, I wrapped all my presents. All done. Oh, you get the winner's bell. Lots of good things today. Excellent. Excellent. Okay, Wendy. Now you can help the rest of us. Okay, we're gonna enlist you. Okay, let's get to some fun Christmas pictures. Dina was out in a pre-birthday party and a pre-Christmas function, and went out with some friends, and she did some bowling and had some fun over the weekend. Here they are. I think they've got some action. Oh, somebody got a strike there. I got it down the That's fun to go out for a little bit of bowling. Oh, there's another cute couple. Look at them. That's fantastic. Some laughs and some fun. 'Tis the most wonderful time. Oh, they got a little selfie station set up there. That's kind of cool. That's cool. Nice to see that Dina had a nice weekend. Very nice, Dina. Lots of fun. Okay, to Patricia. Okay. I just wanted to preview the comments here. Patricia had a little bump in the road with a birthday party on the weekend. Uh-oh. Oh, Patricia. Oh, boy. You know, and ironically, we had that on the show, Patricia. So Patricia booked a local hotel for a birthday party through a third-party site. We won't say who it is, but you know, you've got the Toronto, Expedia, all these other sites, and it didn't make it to the hotel. It did not. That is, I would take that up as far up the chain in the third-party site as you can, but that's too bad. I'm sorry about that. That's why, you know what, I always get the prices from the third-party site, and then I go to the actual hotel site. And it was, for this little guy, now how old is he? 6 or 7? I can't figure it out. 6 or 7. If he really is 6 or 7, this is pretty cool. That's a pretty cool shirt. Looks like you guys had some fun anyway. Oh. You get to shoot golf at ships and submarines? That's pretty cool. Some puppy time. Happy birthday. Happy birthday. Well, it looks like you guys had some fun nevertheless. That's a beautiful cabin. Jeez. Is that a cabin rental? Did you go to an Airbnb or something like that? That's beautiful. Or is that yours? Maybe I can rent it from you. That is beautiful. Beautiful. Turned 11. Oh, okay. So not 6 or 7. So it's 6 and 7, right? No, that's 13. I'm trying to put a round peg in a square hole. He turned 11 on Saturday. Well, happy birthday. Sorry about the kerfuffle with the hotel. Hopefully you get that all cleaned up. Molly says GT was up later at about 3 a.m. every day, but got some good visiting in. That is awesome. Quentin says, cool, the real one could drop in for a drink and nobody would know. Oh, I can't remember what we were talking about there. Also decluttered the basement and took some loads to Value Village. That is awesome. Molly says, also bought my Christmas present for myself. It's a hard dance show. Nice. Carrie Branick is here. The Santa Party. Oh, my gosh. Look at us filling up yesterday's good thing. You guys are awesome. This is awesome. What a way to start the week. Again, it's going to be a wild weather week. Complete chaos. Nice wind, rain, snow. More wind, then sun and cold, then more snow. We've got the details coming up after our first beach break in the morning. And, of course, we've got the latest involving the passing of Rob Reiner and his wife. Foul play is suspected in the case, and we've got the latest coming up on the show, as well as some other great stuff to get your last week of 2025 underway. Happy Monday, Sunseekers. We are going to the beach, and we're going to... Live shot this morning of the Cayman Islands. Let's go to the Cayman. This is where all the rich people hide their money. Down to the Cayman Islands. We'll be back with more in just a second.
Wake up, rise and shine. It's a Monday, feeling fine. Sun is up, sky so blue. Let's tackle this, me and you. Good morning. Good morning, Sunseekers, yeah, we're coming. Let's go. Good morning, we got fitness, yeah, we're running. Life's a game, let's show our love. Good morning, good morning. We're sun seekers, yeah, we're coming. Let's go. Good morning, good morning. We got fitness, yeah, we're running. Day's just begun. Let's have some fun. Chase the sun. Ooh, yeah. With every step, rise above. Life's a game. Let's show our love.
Good morning. Good Monday morning. Oh, it's windy there, too.
Seekers.
Those palm trees are moving 4 days to go. Hey, forgot to mention in yesterday's good thing, 6 wins in a row for the Brandon Wheat Kings. Holy cow.
Good morning.
Wow.
Good morning.
What is happening there with the Wheat Kings? Man, 6 wins. And now they finish the first half of the season, or before the Christmas break, on the road. They're in Alberta this week. And they won't have any home games until after Christmas. I think their next home game is maybe the 28th. But, boy, they're on a tear. Of course they're on a tear heading into the break. You just want to keep their string going. But, no, there'll be a few days off for some turkey and some family, no doubt. We're at minus 17. We're expecting a mix of sun and cloud today. That forecast says high of 11 degrees. However, we are going to see high probably into the single digits, according to Environment Canada, probably more along the lines of minus 6. Roads are looking pretty decent this morning, but that's going to change as we've got some rain mixed with wind, warm temperatures set to invade on Tuesday, and that's going to make driving just a big headache. Rain changing over to snow. And Wednesday is our day to watch. It's in the bullseye right now. We'll see. Maybe it will drift to the north. Apparently, most of the snow will hit Riding Mountain National Park and north of the park, at least at this point in time. But let's see if we can push this thing all the way up to the Paw and Thompson. That'd be okay. Yeah, send it up to the north. See if we can miss another one. I don't know if that's possible, but it's going to be a real wild weather week, that's for sure. Back into the Beach House Beach Bunker, and by now, I'm sure on your feed, you've seen that Rob Reiner has died. His wife and him were found in their Los Angeles area home. Some stars showing up late yesterday evening to the house, and there are reports this morning that foul play is suspected in their death. Here's the latest.
Overnight, Los Angeles Mayor Karen Bass and the family of Rob Reiner say the legendary Hollywood director and his wife, Michelle, have died. Sources tell ABC News Reiner and his wife were found stabbed to death in their Los Angeles home Sunday afternoon.
The Los Angeles Police Department is now conducting an investigation at this residence here on Chadbourne, and that investigation will continue over the coming days.
Officials say they are not seeking a suspect and no arrests have been made. According to a neighbor, actors Larry David and Billy Crystal, who starred in Reiner's film When Harry Met Sally, visited the home Sunday evening. The two staying briefly before leaving with the neighbor, saying Crystal looked like he was about to cry. The son of comedy icon Carl Reiner, Rob Reiner would forge his own path in Hollywood in the 1970s, playing Mike Stivick's son-in-law to Archie Bunker on the hit sitcom All in the Family.
I mean, haven't you ever gotten anything you didn't ask for?
After the show ended, Reiner turned to directing, making his debut with the mockumentary This Is Spinal Tap.
These go to 11.
He'd go on to make beloved classics, including The Princess Bride.
My name is Inigo Montoya. You killed my father. Prepare to die.
And When Harry Met Sally.
I love that it takes you an hour and a half to order a sandwich.
And A Few Good Men.
You can't handle the truth!
And just earlier this year, Reiner's directing career coming full circle, writing and directing the sequel to Spinal Tap 41 years after the original. Overnight reaction to the shocking news rolling in. Actor Josh Gad calling Reiner one of the greatest directors of our time. He was simply a beautiful person. Director Paul Feig calling him a true visionary titan and a lovely, lovely person. And former President Barack Obama writing Reiner's career gave us some of our most cherished stories on screen. But beneath all of the stories he produced was a deep belief in the goodness of people. Rob Reiner was 78.
Yeah, that's a sad way to start the week. There's no two ways about it. Again, known more behind the camera than in front of it. There could be some disturbing developments in this case because we're hearing that not only was foul play suspected, but possibly a knife involved. I'm thinking that LAPD will have a press conference later this morning to have more details on what's going on here. But, yeah. Hey, Allie Joe on Facebook. Quentin says, I bet I watched The Princess Bride over 100 times as a kid. Thoughts on Rob Reiner? Anything that you've seen? Anything that you've heard? Thoughts on Rob? Lots of sad emojis this morning, but man, it's just been what a year. Hey, can we get to the end of the year now? Can we just get to the end of the year? Anyway, let's shift gears then. Let's shift gears and talk a little bit about how the weekend shopping experience was for you this weekend. How did you make out? Are you doing okay? How are things? Between 1 and 10, with 10 being all done with Christmas, how Christmas ready are you? And how stressful was shopping this weekend? Do you have a strategy? How did you make out? Talking to people on the weekend, everybody I spoke with seemed stressed. You know, whether you saw them in a store or you saw them at a hockey game or you saw them at a function, it's like, how are you doing? Oh, my God. I got so much to do in so little time. Do you find yourself in a similar situation? I'm about a 5, about middle of the road. I'm doing okay. I still got lots of stuff to do, but it's manageable. It's not off the rails yet. Mary says she's a 9. Karen is 8. I'll be a 10 once my last few parcels arrive in the mail. So, needless to say, your shopping on the weekend was pretty stress-free, I'm thinking. Cindy's about a 7. Mary is a 9. Michelle is between a 4 and a 5. And it's time to get into crunch time. Brenda says 8. I just need some stocking stuffers now. Joni's 9. After this weekend, I just want to sit. I just want to sit and drink rum. Matt is 10. Done. Lisa's 10. Done. Lynn is pretty much done. Trudy's halfway there, so it's kind of like I would say that most of us are halfway there, although I'm only hearing from women. Woman. One guy, Matt. Thanks, Matt, because I know the answer for guys. 1, we'll wait until Christmas Eve at 4:45. Oh, 1. I'm a 1. Okay, so what'd you think of the video coming out of Winnipeg on Friday? Holy man. Tracy's 95% done, so you'd be a 9.5, hey? This is completely insane. From Friday afternoon, a water main break busts in Winnipeg, and it's time for some water. Okay, you know what? If this is happening in May or June or July, that's fine. That's okay. But it was minus 23. This is not going to be good. Like, we're talking millions of gallons of water pouring into city streets Friday afternoon. Like anyone needed this. Of course, they had to block streets off because it started affecting side streets. And what do you do? How do you handle something like this? There's no such thing as like a super mop that will clean something like this up. So priority 1 was getting the valve shut off so they could stop the water from flowing out. And then priority 2 is shutting down those areas of the street because you can't scrape. I mean, that stuff freezes fast. Very, very fast. You can't just scrape it off the pavement. The whole road would come up. So thankfully we've got a few nice days. It will be then, as soon as the temperature gets close to zero, then you can get city crews out there with some very heavy equipment, and they say it's like moving concrete, like, because the slabs of ice will be huge. But again, from the Department of Crap we just don't need the week before Christmas. Really? And the people driving through it, oh my God, it was just incredible. Some of them, I'm like, what are you doing? You are not going to get through that. It is just far too deep. Check out this one here. Well, this might be one of them here. Oh, this is on a transit bus. This is the water's coming in on the transit bus. Holy cow. Oof. Not fun times. It got so high, it's coming in the transit bus. I'm a little dizzy on that one. Life in Canada. Holy man. Into a transit bus. Everybody was freaked out. People were very scared. Thankfully, they got the water shut off quickly. Yeah, those vehicles, they'd be toasted. It's minus 23. Crews working on new underground piping at the North End sewage treatment plant accidentally damaged a water main that resulted in localized flooding along Main Street near Chief Peguis Trail. Holy moly. Main Street was closed in both directions between Seaforth Avenue and Chief Peguis Trail until late Friday night. But traffic kept moving until they got it closed off. Why would you even take your car in that? Because you're thinking to yourself, this can't be a lake in the middle of winter. It might be just a little water main break. How bad can it be until the water starts coming into your car? Sydney says free skating on Main. There's that. Tracy says their cars would freeze up after. You definitely need a bit of salt. Oh, yeah, just a pinch. A little bit of salt and a little bit of heavy machinery. I'll get rid of that. But talk about a disaster. Bad. That was a lot of water. Incredible. So they'll be cleaning that up this week. Now to travel. Domestic travel, number one in Canada. But vacation travel outside of Canada, the USA is always number two. It has been number two for decades. That has all changed as of this past weekend. Travel information coming in says that the United States has now dropped, still in the top five, but there's a new number two. And we'll tell you who that is coming up in just a second. First, if you can't get away to a nice warm weather vacation, you can vacation in your own home 12 months of the year with a beautiful jacuzzi hot tub. And they can deliver those jacuzzi hot tubs 12 months of the year. Even in the frigid cold, even as we look at those pictures of Winnipeg being flooded, you say to yourself, oh my God, I would like to have some water, but not the cold frozen kind, the bubbly hot kind, where you can have yourself a nice little beverage looking up at the stars in January. Why not? But you got to see Creasy Hot Tub and Billiards, Jacuzzi Hot Tubs of Manitoba. They've got an amazing sale on now to kickstart 2026. Some tubs starting at $7,500. Financing is available, and the monthly payments would be about the same as a cell phone. Check it out at 2500 Park Avenue, jacuzzihottubsofmanitoba.ca. And again, Creasy Hot Tub and Billiards is at 2500 Park Avenue in Brandon. See their selection of tubs. Christmas delivery is pretty much impossible, but you can still give it. Put a little picture of it in the box. Yeah, and they can do an early 2026 delivery. It ends on Wednesday, the Boxing Week sale at Leon's, upwards of 50% off things like couches, mattresses, dining room sets, 30% off. And that's not all. They have got all the electronics are on sale. The holiday price guarantee is in effect, and you don't have to take, you can take up to 3 years to pay. Very popular. 3 years to pay with 0% interest, 36 equal monthly payments, OAC on your FlexiCard. Visit leons.ca or 3635 Victoria Avenue in Brandon. And your friends at EPLA Office would like to wish you and yours a very Merry Christmas and all the best in 2026. Proud to be the top legal representation of so many in Western Manitoba who have bought or sold real estate in 2025 or have gotten a will done for the first time or maybe the fifth time, or they've incorporated their businesses. They do all those services at EPLA Office. So if you're in need of some legal assistance, please see our friends at EPLA Office in Brandon. You will find them over on 18th Street across from the RBC at 642 18th. So the USA drops from number 2, and Mexico takes over the number 2 spot. Mexico is now the number 2 spot for Canadians to visit. The number of Canadians over the weekend jumped 11.3%. You know, because people are booking their winter vacations fast and furious now that things have gotten really, really cold. And this past weekend, they went into double digits, up over 11.3% increase. That's an increase of over 200,000 tourists. And resort operators in Mexico are going, arriba, arriba, this is fantastic news. At the 8 Mexican resorts of Malia Hotels International, they're reporting a 22% increase in the number of Canadians compared to 2024. When asked what they think is going on, they say there is a Trump effect happening, but I don't think it's only the Trump effect. I think that Mexico is an attractive possibility for Canadians to come to. And with the Canadian dollar the way it is, Mexico is a beautiful destination. I've always loved Mexico. Mexico's fantastic. Wonderful people, super friendly folks. And it's almost always hot, especially if you're on the West Coast. And when it comes to affordability with the Canadian dollar, I mean, Mexico is you can't beat it, really. I mean, things are super affordable in Mexico. So, you know, if you're on the fence or thinking maybe I should take my first trip to Mexico, now might be a good time to do that, with the exception of it being maybe a little bit more expensive than usual because so many Canadians are going there.
Where to travel this winter.
So, have you guys decided on where you would like to go?
Well, on the bucket list is Puerto Vallarta.
The Manitoba couple usually spends weeks or even months at a trailer park in Westlaco, Texas, but not this year.
Since the election of Trump and the insults that he placed on our country, 51st date and all of that garbage, we decided that, no, we're not going to spend money down there.
They're not the only ones making that decision. According to the Mexican Ministry of Tourism, the number of Canadians flying to Mexico increased by 11.3% between January and September compared to the year before, an increase of almost 200,000 tourists. Malia Hotels International is seeing it at its 8 Mexican resorts.
Definitely in the last year, compared to the previous year, we have seen an increase of 22% of Canadians coming to our Mexican properties.
Meanwhile, the United States is experiencing what some analysts are calling the Trump effect. The U.S. National Travel and Tourism Office is reporting a 24% decrease in Canadian tourists in the first 6 months of this year.
Well, we are seeing really a meaningful realignment, as I would refer to, of Canadians booking less to the U.S. Year to date, we've seen on average a 37% decrease of new bookings from Canada to the U.S.
Yeah, there's tons to do in Puerto Vallarta. There's tons, and in all around that whole area. So you won't be bored.
Good.
Perfect.
Back in Manitoba, where winter has settled in, this couple is looking forward to their Mexican vacation.
You can make the choice. You can support Canada, which is exactly what we did and are doing, and support Mexico.
Karen Pauls, CBC News, Winnipeg.
All right. So, that's Huatulco. I've been there. So, yeah, it's those Mexican numbers are huge. Yeah, and rules like checking your social media accounts from the last 5 years, not really helping matters in any way. But I think that it's really important to separate fact from fiction, because I think that the Canadian media, I hate to say this, and people can do what they want. That Manitoba couple obviously feels more comfortable going to Mexico than to South Texas. My parents were the same way. They used to go to that area of the States. They lived there for years in South Texas, and now they're in BC. They're not even going that far south. They want to keep away from the snow, but they don't want to go too far from home. So they're out on the island for the duration. But when the media gets their hands on headlines like the United States wants to check everybody's social media accounts at the border from the last 5 years, there is some truth to that, but here is the actual truth. Okay, this is parsed out for those who have time to actually listen to like 1 minute of what I'm going to tell you. 99% of Canadians, this does not apply to you. Okay, now at the border, Canada and the United States, both countries can check your phone for whatever reason they deem necessary. So I don't want to get DMs from people saying, well, I crossed the border and they checked my phone, because it can happen on both sides of the border, that they want to check your phone, see what's going on. It's more likely to happen on the U.S. side. Sure. I've never had it happen, and I go a lot. But back to checking social media for the last 5 years. For Canadian citizens, okay, there is no impact, because this affects something called the ESTA. You need to enter the United States by land or air on a special visa, of which Canadians do not need. Now, there is an exception, okay? Canadian permanent residents. So somebody has come from another country, let's say India, and they've come from India and they're not Canadian. They're living here, they're working here, they're from India, and they have a need to go see Minot. Well, they don't have a Canadian passport. It would probably, in all likeliness, be an Indian passport. And so there they may need to take part in the ESTA program. They may need to have their social media accounts verified. And I say the word may because that's something for them to check out. Dual citizens, it may also be affected depending on which passport is used. But the bottom line for, I think, most of the Sun Seekers that are watching and listening to this show, I would like to think most are Canadian citizens, of which this does not even apply to you. It doesn't. This is for visa applicants. Now, when the Americans, and they could someday say you need a visa to go down, ooh, that's bad, because that will mean paperwork and lots of checks, and it's not fun. I've been through that process for my work visa, and it is not a good time. You think it's fun for them to check 5 years of social media. Mine was 10 years of everything: banking, social media, who I talked to, where I shopped, where I traveled. It's insane. And this was before Trump. It's all about security, and they do background checks on the background checkers of the background checkers. It's pretty wild. But anyway, your takeaway is you do not need to fret about the 5 years of social media being checked. That's not going to happen for Canadian citizens. Okay? All right. We got to get one of these feel-good stories in before we go. Before we have to move over to Twitch. I'll save the crossing guard one for next hour. Let's do puppies. Have you ever lost a dog? Thankfully, all the years we had Dizzy, we never lost him. We did lose him, as in he passed away earlier this year. But thankfully, we never lost him and then had to put on Facebook that we lost our dog with a little picture of the dog. This happened to a woman. I believe she's in Sacramento, California. Back in 2021, she lost her dog, Choco. Choco, as in chocolate. And after a certain point in time, you have to write it off, thinking the dog is never going to come back. But that is not what happened. It was a Christmas miracle. 5 years later, almost 5 years later, and 2,000 miles away, they found the dog. Holy cow. Can you imagine reuniting with your fur baby after 5 years? I'm thinking, do they still recognize you? They probably do. I wonder where the hell were you?
Like most people at the airport, this pup is homeward bound.
Oh.
The owner, kept searching for him but could not find him.
He's been delayed in his travels back to Sacramento for 5 years.
You're so lucky.
Because Choco went missing from his home in Antelope in 2021.
He's so happy. Look at his tail. I'm so excited for you.
I was wondering what the hell.
Of all places, near Detroit, Michigan, tied to a fence. No one knows how he got there, more than 2,000 miles from home.
He was sheltered at the Lincoln Park Animal Shelter.
His rescue is all thanks to a microchip and a dedicated California group helping Paws and Claws.
And this is proof positive that works. And this is why he's coming home today.
I actually contacted Penny before I contacted my husband to give our miles to fly Penny and the dog.
And after a short drive home,
Choco! Hula Choco!
Oh my God.
Hula Choco! He's so old.
His new life feels all too familiar.
Oh my God.
My heart is beating out of my chest.
Choco's owners in Antelope had nearly given up hope they'd ever see him again.
I found out that he is an escape artist.
His family has grown, and with his return is now complete.
Extremely shocked. I call the number. She's like, yes, he's in Lincoln. You're talking about Lincoln, California, right? No, Lincoln, Michigan. You don't like the cold, huh, buddy?
They question most how in the world he became a nomadic traveler.
Microchip your dogs, people. A story like mine can be your story next.
You're home, buddy.
The perfect ending to a storybook tale.
Hello, Sacramento. I'm back.
Getting Choco home for the holidays.
Oh, that's such a great story. But if he had a chip, why did it take so long to find him? I have so many questions. I don't know much. I don't know much about chips, or maybe because once they get out of a certain area, because he was halfway across the country. That would be like somebody's dog in Brandon showing up in Vancouver or showing up in Montreal. You'd be like, how in the hell did he get over there? They had to fly the dog back to California. That is crazy. Yeah. So many questions can be answered on a later date. Can you imagine that Christmas? Oh, just love that story. Sorry, I'm missing my puppy. How can you tell? That's a great story. Got an even better one for next hour, but that's only for VIPs. I'm sorry. It's only for VIPs. This is it. Our final Monday of 2025 is behind us. At least half of it anyway. We're moving over to Twitch, twitch.tv/Tyler Glen Show. You're welcome to come along. We'd like to have you sign up for Twitch. It's absolutely free. The app is already on your phone, on your TV. It's everywhere. Look for the Twitch app, and then you can comment too. Otherwise, come and lurk, and we love that too. You can watch and see what's going on at tylerglenshow.com. Right on the front page there is the video. Watch along. We'd love to have you. But in the meantime, we have to say farewell to all the other social media platforms. So enjoy your Monday. It's going to be great. Tomorrow, going to have the start of some wild weather. It's going to be warm, though, warm and windy to start, and then things are going to get kind of wild. We'll be on top of it for you. You guys have a great day. We're moving over to Twitch, okay? Thank you. Thank you so much. TikTok and YouTube and X. Thank you, guys.